All right, this is Dave Dolly with KeizerTV.com. I'm here with James Lukinich. He is the artist who did his work on our second story pole at our Keizer Community Center. And James, we want to say thank you on behalf of Keizer for creating that beautiful piece of art. Most towns would just level that tree and do landscaping, and not in Keizer. We have a Keizer way of doing things. Want to thank all the volunteers who had worked to make the fundraising happen, had a passion for doing this. So thank you all to our Arts Commission in Keizer for fundraising. And Lori Christopher, I know you had something to do with this, but thank you to you too as well. And your passion for Keizer is wonderful. And to have these beautiful two new assets bless our community center, just thank you very much. And James, so for audiences, what was it like to do this project, to start just with a husk of a tree stump, and now it's a beautiful, colorful piece of art?
Yeah, it was a little challenge in that piece of wood. It was a lot of rot in there, so a lot of the carving I started carving something, I had to get rid of it and then start over. But it was great. Town was great. Everybody was great. The city workers were great. Volunteers. I had a really fun time doing it. We had to cut it a little shorter than what we wanted to because of the rot. So, but I think it came out pretty nice.
And now to maintain it, maybe it's a blessing we were able to have this carved up, because now it's probably going to last longer than had it been in its current state. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, correct. Yeah. It'll last many years. So, and then I sealed it for the weather, and then I'll voluntarily check back on it, next year, maybe do some touch up, and then it should be good.
And to be given direction on certain pieces of imagery that were meaningful to Keizer, what were some of the things on the tree that you found meaningful, to be able to start with a raw husk of a tree and turn out to be art? And the colors that you use, how did you get the colors on the story pole?
Well, I just sort of went with it. They gave me a lot of ideas. It was a heritage pole, so I just sort of went with it. The tractors, the flowers, the hummingbirds, the waterfalls. They wanted the Willamette River wrapped around it. Wow. That was a little challenging time I got to the top of it, but it worked out. Wow. And then the Madison cabin up on top was pretty cool. Wow. And but we had a lot of fun with it.
And in our pre-interview, you say you don't have a mentor. You learned this art by teaching yourself. What was that like?
It was just I was a logger in Alaska and had a lot of logs and a lot of chainsaws and a lot of time. So then that's where I started. But then I do the Reedsport Nationals every year. Okay. And then I've been doing that since about 2008. And those guys, every time I go, I see something different. Wow. And that's in Reedsport every year, Father's Day weekend. And it's pretty neat. But,
wow. Well, we're here in Lincoln City. James is a Lincoln City resident, and a lot of trauma in our town, but he made himself available for this interview, Keizer, and we're just fortunate to have great people. And it's just one more story of pride, spirit, and volunteerism of an execution of story pole. So thank you very much, James, for being a part of this beautiful piece of art now in our community. And I'm Dave Dolly with KeizerTV.com. Thank you.